Good morning, WMBM listeners. Welcome to the Julia the Realtor Show, all the way live from beautiful North Miami, Florida, where you can get up-to-date real estate information, all your real estate questions answered, and in the process have a little fun. If you're in need of real estate services in the Dade and Broward County areas, you can call me direct at 954-483-9994. But while I'm here on the show, you can call me at 305-953-9626 or 954-525-1490 or at 888-599-WMBM. Today we're going to talk about what's up in real estate. Joining me is my colleague, co-host, and friend, Karen Lewis.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, WMBM listeners all over the world. Yes, we know that you're joining us via radio and or by way of internet. I am Karen Jones Lewis. I'm your Florida, Georgia realtor. My territories in Florida include Miami-Dade and Broward County. And what we try to do, we try to educate our clients so they can use real estate to diversify their financial portfolio. My contact information is phone number 305-323-1556. And my website is www.karenjoneslewisrealtor.com. Julia, you know, you put together that home buying plan for 2017, but I want you to always repeat that we're going to carry that out through the whole year. So you want to go over that home buying plan for 2017?
Sure, Karen. Well, the home buying plan for 2017 goes like this. Month 1, check your credit. Month 2, find out how much home you can afford. Month 3, take a break, or you can catch up on month 1 and month 2. Month 4, start saving for your down payment. Month 5, take a break, or you can catch up on the previous month. What's your preference is month 6. Month 7 is start collecting paperwork. Month 8, start interviewing some of your key players. Month 9, if you are up to date, then you can just take a break or catch up on the previous months. Month 10 is get pre-approved for your loan. Month 11, find your dream home. And month 12, let's take it to the closing table.
All right.
On our last show, we did talk about month 1, check your credit score. And we had a great show with our special guest, Hakeem Mohammed, one of our mortgage lenders. He talked about the details of checking your credit score, and he gave out some great information. February is month 2. How much home you can afford.
All right. I love that home buying plan for 2017. Also, Julia, there are some other things that's special for me in the month of February.
Tell me.
We have Black History Month. We know it's all year, but we have it for the month of February. We have Valentine's Month. My anniversary is tomorrow.
You don't say.
Yes, I do say. I know my hubby is not listening, but I'm going to give him a
hubby,
shout
you better
out.
Listen.
I'm going to give him a shout out anyway to my hubby, Ike Lewis Jr., man of God. I love you and happy anniversary.
Go ahead, Ike.
Yes. And guess what else? My birth month. I'm a leap year baby, February 29th. So you know it's an awesome month for me. So if I get missing in action, don't try to wonder, okay? Because I'm gone because I got a lot to celebrate.
I hear you, Karen. That is a lot going on for you in February. So hold on. So you're trying to tell me that you only celebrate your birthday every 4 years?
Yes, ma'am. That's when I celebrate it.
That's
my
crazy.
niece, she's 21 years old, and she thinks that I'm only 12 years old because of that, but I tell her it really don't matter because I'm still the boss. All right, Julia. Okay, we're going to get busy. We're going to get down to business. Now, going back to month 2 on how much home we can afford. This is the month for the buyers. This is your time to call the mortgage lender. And that's one of the key players when it comes to purchasing a home. So make sure when you speak with the mortgage lender, you let them know what stage you're at. And they should be able to tell you what information that you need to give them in order to find out how much home you can afford. This is also a great opportunity where you can ask other questions that you need answers to.
Karen, while you're speaking with the mortgage person, take notes. Take notes, and if you are thinking of, if you think that they're a good fit, then lock in their number. And if you think they're not a good fit, then trash that number real quick and keep it moving. Run. I'm serious. Next is we have a few lenders that we work with. Call us and we can give you some of those numbers. And our contact number is 954-483-9994.
305-323-1556.
And that concludes our assignment for month 2.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Julia, we're going to go back. Remember last show you mentioned, we talked about the program that you put together, Major Movement in 2017, 50 homes, 50 families, and we said that we would tell our listeners more about it. And we want you all to know that this is a program where we're promoting home ownership within our community. We do have a team of experts working with us from personal financial coaches, and they'll help you put a budget together to save for a down payment. We have credit experts, we have mortgage lenders, we have inspectors, we have insurance companies. We have all these experts on board with us because what's important, we want to make sure that we develop a plan specifically for you. We started this program January the 1st of this year, and we have 17 people who have registered so far. So don't forget to give us a call because our maximum is 50. We do know, seriously, that home buying is a major decision, and we want to help you through the process.
That's right, Karen. I'm glad that I was able to put that program in place because buying a home is still a part of the American dream. Karen, on another note, I have been paying close attention to what's going on in real estate, and I see that rent prices are going up. And with that said, people are saying they have to pay these, if they have to pay these high prices, then they might as well buy a home.
Girl, I know you're right. I tell you, I'm looking at these prices myself, Julia. Rent is at a crazy price now. I get a lot of emails from new apartment complexes, and I see that they're going up. And I saw one the other day, a 2.2 for rent and plantation, Julia. It was $2,400. And when you have to spend that amount of money monthly just for rent, it sometimes can be difficult if buyers have to save for a down payment for the purchase of a home. Because $2,400, that's a lot of money. And that's not even included your other expenses.
That's right. Well, check this out. This is an email I just got from one of our mortgage lenders, Brian, saying they have implemented Fannie Mae's Day One Certainty Program that can validate the income of a borrower using information that they will pull from the www.theworknumber.com. And as long as Fannie Mae's desktop underwriting validates it, they do not need to get pay stubs, W-2s, or tax returns. This will simplify and speed up the process of the loan approval and closing process.
Wow, I love that. Like Tony the Tiger say, great. Well, let me take that back. He might not say it like that, but you get my drift, right? But that's good because now the buyers who can't find their last 2-year tax returns or their pay stubs or their W-2s.
Although they should have that stuff filed away.
Yes, correct. I agree with you. They put together a simpler process for the buyers. But now I want to go back because you said they should have it. Back to not finding the paperwork. This is a new year. So what we're going to do, I know this is not an organization show, but we're going to do better this year. We're going to become more organized. So we're going to start keeping our important paperwork in order because really and truly, there's no excuse that you can't find your last 2-year tax returns or your W-2s. Julia, sometimes I have clients coming into the office when they want to talk about retirement planning, and they have no clue where their life insurance policy is.
I don't get it.
I'm a stickler with organization. We really should know where our important papers are at.
I mean, honestly. Well, I'll give you an amen on that one, Karen.
Thank you.
But Karen, I got a question for our audience.
Oh, okay. You want to make the audience come in. Bring them in.
Come on now, audience. I got a question for you. What is the average price of a house in Miami? Anyone? 305-953-9626, 954-525-1490. Or 888-599-WMBM.
Good. We want somebody to take a shot. Call us in and let us know what you think the average house costs in Miami. You know, even with the average costs of houses in Miami-Dade County, we are having 10 buyers to one house. So that lets us know there's an inventory problem. And Julia, it does not seem like it's going to change. It seems like it's going to go on for a while.
Golly.
And
make our jobs harder.
Yeah, it's going to make our job harder. But, you know, with experts, we'll minimize some of that hard work and those hard thoughts, okay? And that's what we're to do, and that's what we are in our business.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Julia.
I'm going to tell y'all the answer since y'all don't want to call in and talk to me. So,
not yet. Don't tell. Hello.
I can't wait.
Look at you. You sound like me.
I'm antsy.
Somebody. We need you to call in. Julia, give out the numbers again.
It's 305-953-9626 or in Broward 954-525-1490 or toll free 888-599-WMBM.
All right, Julia. Okay, I tell you what. We're going to put somebody on the spot.
Who?
We got a guest in here. They might not have to even get on the mic, but we just want them to call out something. Go for it, Corey. Tell us, and we'll call out the number. Just take a shot at it.
What was the question?
The question was, what is the average price of a home in Miami, Florida?
Miami, Florida. I'm gonna take a wild guess and say about $500,000.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Corey, all right. You reaching. Wait.
On a low scale.
We got a caller. Let the caller take a guess.
Come on, caller. Talk to me.
Okay, now, you say the house. Are you speaking of a single-family home?
Single family. What's the average price of a single family home in Miami?
Not at this present time. I
Yes.
would say maybe 160.
Okay.
Ooh.
So you said, what's your name, caller?
My name is Emma.
Hey, Emma. So, okay. Emma said 160. Thank you for your call. If we can get one more call, we'll tell you in a second, Emma. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
You're welcome.
Hello?
Go ahead, caller. What's your
Hello?
answer? What's your answer?
My answer is, well, it really depends on the area, but I would go
Just average
with
in Miami on a whole.
$250,000.
All right.
Okay.
You
Okay.
try. You the closest one.
You
I'm
ready?
gonna give you that. You're the closest
All right.
one.
You ready to
All right,
give it
thank
to her, Julia?
I appreciate you calling though.
Thank you.
All right. So
Drum roll. 1, 2, 3, go.
the average price of a home in Miami, Florida is $315,000.
So our last caller was on closer to anybody else, though. But we appreciate you all giving us the answer. Corey, you must think this New York, though. 500,000.
Yeah, he's still stuck up there.
Yeah, that's what that is. All right.
That's true.
All right. So, hey, Julia, I want to say this right here because we do have going back to what I was saying, we have an inventory problem. And so what we have, what's called in South Florida, we have real estate bidding wars on properties. And then the seller, what that is, you're going to go into details about it, but the seller ends up having multiple offers on one property. And because of what's happening now, because of that, I don't focus totally on resales as a real estate agent. I show my buyers new construction as well. Mm-hmm. And Julia, I think seriously, our next show, we should talk about the ins and out of new construction.
I'm with that. We can do that. Karen, that sounds like a good plan to me. So I'm with it. So let's talk about bidding wars. But before we do that, I got another caller. Caller?
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you all so much. I thought the average cost was about $300, but you said $315.
Yeah, so
but I do want to say to you all, thank you all so very much for having this show on because it's so educational and it's very it's needed in our community because of the housing market is just out of range at this particular point. And just for a point of reference, I have been looking at some properties in the Liberty City area over the past 6 months. Mm-hmm. And actually, probably 20% of the homes that were vacant have been purchased 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. And they're just sitting on the houses until the market go up. And so it's unfortunate, but there's a lot of people out there looking for homes, and it's just not happening. So your program really helps.
We thank you so much for calling, too, because there is a shortage of houses out there. Like I said a minute ago, there are 10 buyers to one house, though. And we appreciate your information, sharing that input with us, because our ultimate goal is to make sure that we're giving the community on the information that they need to hear when it comes to real estate. Because when you're selling a house, when you're buying a house, you don't want to leave it all into the real estate agent or the mortgage lender hand. You want to become an educated buyer or an educated seller. So whatever it is that you all want to hear, give us a call and we'll be more than glad to have a conversation about that. We'll even create a show around what you want to hear, and that's what's important to us. And again, I thank you for calling, and you were the closest to the house.
If you'd have just called a little bit sooner, you'd have had it. You'd have had
I
it.
know you were quick on the trigger. That's what I told him when I called you.
I was antsy.
Yeah.
I had to answer. You know, I'm like that little kid in school. Ooh, me.
Yeah, call her. I was really trying to tie her hand up and tell her, not yet. At least give the people 5 minutes to call. She's ready to go at it. Quick draw McGraw.
Well, I'll leave you all with this, because it's very important for your listeners to know that one of the problems that we do have in our community is there's other people coming into our community purchasing the home. And part of that problem is that some of our parents have had other loans on the property, reverse mortgages and so on and so forth. And so those people that have elderly parents out there need to really find out what their parents have done to keep up with them in terms of these lenders coming to the door and sending things in the mail, and they're sending all for it. And that's a big problem in our community. The other problem is that the property taxes, once the parents die, they're not taking a homestead exemption off of the property, and it's causing a major conflict with a lot of purchasing when they get ready to sell homes. They find out that they have the homestead exemption that they had not. Parents were there for 10 years. Well, the county is now charging a percentage for that. And so they have to be very careful for that, the homestead exemption.
That's another thing, too. That's why it's important to know what you have, to know what your parents have. And even with the reverse mortgage, one of the things I share to clients is that maybe they can get a life insurance policy on their parents if they don't have the money, so that when they do pass away, because they only have a certain time to pay that house off to the bank, then therefore they can have that house and they don't have to go through a lot. They can just go ahead and use the life insurance policy to pay for the house. Yes.
Yes, because some folks, and some folks that I know personally have gotten themselves caught up in that, where their parents were dead since the 80s. And they had homestead exemption on it and had not, reverted the homestead exemption. And they wound up paying the county $20,000-$30,000 for penalties. So they have to be very careful with that.
Yeah, I agree with you. Caller, what's your name?
Mike.
Mike, so thank you for calling in.
Thank you all so much.
A blessed day to you.
Yes, and I'm going to continue to listen.
I appreciate that.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay, take care of yourself.
All right. Bye. So, Karen.
Julia.
That was a lot of information.
That was good.
I appreciate that, Mike.
Right, Mike. We really do, and I'm sure the listeners appreciate that information as well. Julia, I want you to break it down elementary style all the way to the ground. Tell us about the bidding war.
All right. So the bidding war in real estate, man, I mean, these callers are hot today.
All right, let's
caller.
Hey, Julius, what's up in real estate today?
Okay, tell me what's up, caller.
Hello,
how are you?
Yes, I'm fine. Yes, I'm just trying to get a contact number for you guys.
Okay, you can call 954-483-9994 or
305-323-1556.
Okay, that's great. And who am I speaking to?
This is Julia with the 954 phone number.
And this is Karen with the 305-323-1556. And definitely give us a call. We'll be more than glad to answer any of your questions or concerns that you have. Okay?
Okay, because I'm trying to do a couple of things, so I do need to talk to you girls.
Okay, appreciate it.
Okay,
Call us anytime.
I will.
All right.
Great.
Bye-bye.
Julia, wait before you even go. Now, I think what we should do now, I think we should have another question again. We got some good callers, and they giving us some awesome information.
Big time information. Appreciate that, callers. We're going to go back to our bidding war topic.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. So bidding war in real estate is when two or more buyers are interested in a property that they make offers on way past the listing price to try to win that contract. The bidding war usually occurs at a fast pace without buyers giving much thought to their decision than they normally might have done. And the circumstances are different. Sellers don't mind it though, because of course they get a lot of money, but
Right.
They want that high price they can get, they want the highest price they can get for their home. It's a dream come true for them, but it may cause buyer's remorse. And Karen, sometimes the buyer's agent can become just as frustrated as the buyer, and they just allow the buyer to put in any old offer without helping the buyer make wise decisions when it comes to putting in offers on a house. Many of the properties on the multiple listing service, which is, also known as the MLS, they end up taking the buyer out of only to find out that 5 other offers are already on the property. Now, we got to jump into a bidding war game, and it's just crazy. It's easy to just get discouraged if every time you put in an offer on a property, someone else gets that property accepted, their contract accepted. So, you get mad. You get mad sometimes because it's very frustrating for the buyer, for the agents,
right?
And you just got to start saying, God don't, you start saying like, God don't want me to buy, to own a home or something like that. You make up all these excuses. But Karen, you have any thoughts on this?
Yes, Julia, I definitely do, and I'm glad you asked that question. Now, there are some strategies that I use, but for time's sake, I'm just going to talk about 4 of them on how to win that bidding war game. And for those who do have a real estate agent, and if your agent don't know this, you can share it with them, because the key is getting the offer accepted for your dream home. So when I have to go in and deal with bidding wars, number 1, I make sure that my client has a pre-approval letter from the lender, not just a pre-qualification letter.
Yes, there's a difference.
Right, it sure is, because the pre-qualification letter just confirms that a lender may be willing to give you money. But when you have that pre-approval letter, that means it's a 99% slam dunk that you're going to pretty much get that loan. And also get a letter from your lender stating that they have underwritten your loan, and now all they are waiting for is to put a house in there and pending an appraisal.
You talking about that desktop underwriting, right?
Yes, I'm talking about that desktop underwriting.
All right.
Exactly. Thank you for that, Julia. Number 2, use an escalation clause. And I want to give you an example on this one right here. Let's say the seller's asking price is $200,000. Now, you would have your agent write an addendum saying, my initial offer is $200,000 with an escalation of $2,500 over competing offers up to $210,000 or something to that effect. And if your offer did not get accepted, don't worry, that's fine. But at least your agent is being creative. You want to make sure that your offers stand out. It's almost like you are looking for a job and you go and apply to a company. You have your resume and there are 1,000 more resumes and they all are identical. You want to be the shining star.
You want to let yours stand out.
Right.
Like a sore thumb.
Right. And so when you have an escalation clause, because most agents don't do that, they're already looking and like, wow, that's a pretty good agent. You can also even put the offer in as a backup for a certain time, just in case that first buyer they accepted, they don't come through with their terms on the contract. This is a smart strategy. And again, it shows that your real estate agent is on his or her A game. Trust me. Because when I look at offers, Julia, I look at everything. I look at the realtor. I just look at everything. I look at the whole package and I share that with my seller. And also, even keep in mind when you're doing escalation clause, you should stay within your price range and never, never, never be afraid to walk away from the deal. The deal has to work for you. You have to be the winner outside for that deal. So try to keep your emotions separate if you can. And that's not always easy, especially when you see a house that has all the bells and whistles. But I think we got some more callers. Callers, come in. We welcome you.
Callers. Who I got on the line today? Oh, okay. So there wasn't a caller. So Karen,
there's no caller. So
back
we're gonna
to what we was talking about.
All right,
girl.
we're gonna keep it moving then. All right.
Okay. So
we welcome your calls though. All right. So we're gonna go to number 3, Julia. Mm-hmm. Make the offer strong. Yes, put down a decent amount of money in escrow to show the seller that you're serious. Put down $10,000 or $15,000. Okay. Have a short inspection period. You don't have to overbid. Have your agent do the comparables and get an idea on the value. And send the comparables over with your offer. Also, number 4, don't count your offer out. After they've accepted another offer, don't throw in the towel. Have your agent ask the listing agent, is your offer good enough to go into a backup status? And those are just some of the things that your agent can do to make you have a stronger contract and you can get the deal faster than just the average deal.
Mm-hmm. So Karen, we've had like a great show today. Lots of callers.
Awesome.
We've had, lots of great callers. And I'm thinking that, for our next show, like you said, we should try that, new construction topic.
Okay. So we're going to talk about the new construction, and we're going to have some more callers, and we're going to put some more questions out there to them, Julie, I think. I like the audience participation.
That's right. That was awesome. So I would like to say thank you to my co-host, Karen Lewis Jones.
No, backwards.
Karen Jones Lewis.
There you go.
I'm sorry. I didn't get much sleep last night, Karen.
I know, because I got an email at 2:30 a.m.
Did you? Was it that late? My bad. But no, seriously, I'd like to thank Karen for, being here with me.
Julia, before we go, do we have another second that we can go over that home buying plan again? You want to do that again? Or we don't have time?
Okay, yeah, we have a small bit of time. So Karen, I'm gonna just let them know one more time about the home buying plan for 2017.
You got it, because I'm a fast talker. Okay. All right, let's do it.
Go ahead.
Okay, home buying plan for 2017. Month 1, check your credit score. Month 2, find out how much home you can afford. Month 3, you can take a break or catch up on months 1 and 2. Month 4, start saving for your down payment. Month 5, take a break and just do nothing, absolutely nothing. Month 6, what's your preference for your home? Month 7, start collecting your paperwork. Month 8, start interviewing some of your key players. Month 9, if you're up to date, then you can take a break this month. If not, it's time to play catch up. Month 10, get pre-approved for your loan. Month 11, find your dream house. And month 10, baby, let's take
month
it.
12, girl.
Month 12,
girl,
12.
You ain't get enough sleep last night neither.
Wait, yeah, I got sleep. Though. I just made a mistake. Month 12, take it to the closing table.
And we gonna sign on that dotted line.